matchup tonight. Chris, you were the prototypical 4 when you played. Who was the toughest power forward you had to defend?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the same answer I always have. When I was in the West Coast, any given week, this is who I had to guard in a week's time. Tim Duncan, Garnett, Nowitzki, Rasheed Wallace, Robert Horry, it's Karl Malone. That was all in the West Coast, and I think I played in the golden era of power forwards, and so I would just say put all their names in a hat, pick one out, and that's who was the toughest, because it was like that every night.
Hall of Famers, including yourself. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the small forward position. And finished off by Morant.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
Murray kicks to Jokic. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
He had very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And it was the little things, too. I mean, getting to the line, finding ways to get his points any way possible.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
And that one misses.
Yeah, Kevin, the front office shakeup this summer for the Grizzlies. Now, the new leadership wants to take more of a long-term, proactive approach to things.
And he sinks the second. And many fans in Memphis had hoped for a change. But, Chris, they still had some question marks with this new leadership.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because they're relatively young and unproven. Former lawyers rather than basketball minds. But we're seeing that league-wide, teams are going with former agents and lawyers in their front office.
Now, here's Jokic. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Now here's Morant, following the miss by Jokic. And that one's good, Morant.
Oh, right there, Morant showing his ability to work off the ball. I mean, he found some space and knocked down the shot.
And Jokic throws it down.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Here's Valanciunas. Good defense by Jokic.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Gotta get the whole team pumped up.
Porter, and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. Over Murray. Here's Valanciunas. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Murray finds Millsap. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Porter against Winslow. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
No good on the free throw.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. And really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
And the second free throw, good. Opening day, Chris, in your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
Two types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
A little chip on their shoulder, in other words.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
Here's Morant following the basket by Paul Millsap. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Oh, he's a sensational offensive rebounder. Valanciunas, he just has the nose for where to be when shots go up.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. On the wing, Daniels. Jokic inside, guarded by Valanciunas.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots. Just aren't found in that center position.
Chang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Free throw, good. Jokic. You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball. And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Morant with it. He has 7. Five to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Good as the jump shot falls. Morant's got 9.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
With the teardrop, Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And it's 9 points for Jokic.
Their system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
They had them in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense was the key factor.
Check out the numbers for Millsap. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Now here's Morant. He's got 9. Porter pulls it in. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to Portland. To the inside, and Jokic with the basket on the assist from Porter. And that's 11 points for Jokic.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting strong.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Shot from 12. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Porter looking it over. Passes to Millsap. Jokic trying to free himself up. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Jokic has got 13.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Winslow. He's tightly guarded. Good defense by Jokic.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
And good that time. He's got 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. And limiting big man Nikola Jokic is something that coach is keenly focused on. He said he's tremendously skilled. He'll need to have active hands and always see the ball. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. To end the run. Rebound by Murray.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Daniels passes to Jokic. Fader on the way. And that one good. And now it's an 11-point Denver lead.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year we're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, you know, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids to play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
Will Barton, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Nuggets, number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second-chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
Now here's Winslow. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Memphis, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Now, what you like most about Brooks is his attacking mentality. I mean, he's someone who excels at taking on the defense and charging inside.
Tipped away with his first shot attempt, and it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Murray, good.
And their offense already in a flow, Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now here's Morant. Martin defending. And it's Morant missing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Murray scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game so far. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Barton against Brooks. Now here's Jokic, guarded closely. Off the mark for the 4th time this game. He is 7 for 11 now. Outside Porter, 3-pointer. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's Morant. Trying to get open is Jang. And it's Morant missing. The Nuggets leading by 15. Martin with it. He's picked up by Morant. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Winslow and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Barton outside. The pass to Murray. Lets a floater go, and the layup is good. Murray's got 6 points.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Now here's Winslow. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific.
Oh!
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Wide open look here for Murray. Finds himself wide open and drills it. He's got 9.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Brooks outside. On the wing, Winslow. Guarded by Porter. 6 to shoot. Murray against Winslow. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential they put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
Winslow kicks to Morant. Brooks against Porter. Outside Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Morant missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Shot from 12. Again, the Nuggets score.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
From deep three-point range, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Denver rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like, that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They've got Brooks. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Anderson. Then it's Jones. And the Nuggets making a change here. Vonleh's checked in. Murray outside. Denver passing it around. 5 on the clock. The 3. Brooks grabs the board. Grizzlies shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Here is Anderson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
A wildly unpredictable player. Anderson is skilled at drawing the D in and then making him get overly assertive.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him. Grizz, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with 2 big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him, throwing an oop. I would miss 2, 3 shots in a row, and we'd look, and he'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them, and then the next play say, now it's your turn. You're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that will say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
Jones looking for an opening. Gordon against Brooks. Here's Jones. He can't get it to go. And it's Denver the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport. Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon, still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower paced system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
The free throw drops for Gordon. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
And both free throws good for Gordon. Now here's Jones. 9 points last game out. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Brooks. Unable to get that one. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well, you see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way? Because they know he can go up and get it.
Barton against Jones. And it's blocked by Gordon. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, and Barton throws it down.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Pass to Jones. He kicks to Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over McGee. No good from Valanciunas.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually, he drops those in between jumpers.
Here's McGee. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Brooks gets it to go.
Showing how lethal he can be from there. Brooks, oh man, if you keep giving Brooks these type of looks, he's going to keep making you pay.
A floater. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Misses the 3. Denver's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Stolen away. Outside, Jones. He's covered by Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Valanciunas. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Valanciunas has got 7 points.
Oh, how about Valanciunas from there? He likes mixing in the shot whenever he can.
Murray against Anderson. Murray, good. He's got 13. And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. No, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
And finished off by Anderson.
That's just great initiative from Anderson right there. He's skilled at seeing avenues to the basket and then taking them.
Anderson against Morris. to Vonleh. It's rebounded by Memphis. Anderson outside. Floats one up. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
A floater. Rebounded by McGee. Nuggets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Now Daniels. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one. Denver's gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Morris looking over the floor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Nuggets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good for Morris.
And they struggled a bit at the line in the first quarter, but they have been terrific in the second, up to almost 85% overall.
Denver making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Winslow. He's covered by Daniels. Winslow with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That one a little long. Morris outside. Passes it to Gordon. He dishes it to Millsap. Morris outside. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. In the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. And the pass to Valanciunas. Over Millsap. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Morris passes to Millsap. Back to Morris for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Here's Jackson. Busts the J after the KG pass fake. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Gordon. And again, Denver no good. And here are the Grizzlies with it. They're on a 13-5 run here. Pass to Valanciunas. Here's Winslow. No points in the game yet for him. Clock at 6. Morant kicks to Brooks. Off target from 3-point range.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
McGee up top, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Millsap. Back to McGee. Daniels inside the line. That shot off. Nice D from Brooks. The putback and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 8 points in the quarter.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Morris passes to McGee. Out to Morris. McGee. Oh, what a beautiful play.
What intensity. Did you see that? Great.
One shot.
Now, given McGee's explosiveness around the rim, I don't think that anyone should be surprised to see him throw it down like that.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
One shot.
That's good from McGee.
Yeah, McGee, he's made an awful lot of stops along the way in his NBA career, but he's been a productive player on just about every team he's played for.
Now here's Morant, covered by Morris. Brooks outside. Here's Valanciunas. McGee with the block.
And when we mention McGee's outstanding length, well, there, you saw what he did. He used that to swat the shot.
We've got 1:28 left to play here in the half. Here's Morant. But they'll get another chance. Winslow.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Morant with it. He's picked up by Millsap. From 10 feet out, JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
On the wing, Brooks. He's covered by Daniels. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now, here is Morris. He lobs it up, and it's McGee with the jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Morant. McGee with the block. Here's Valanciunas. And now here comes Daniels, leading the break. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Daniels has got his first basket.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it.
And so it's Denver with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He ended up with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Daniels in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Jackson trying to break free.
What athleticism from Brooks. You can't let him get this kind of positioning. See why right there.
Here's Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the third youngest player ever to drop 30 in a game. Jaren Jackson Jr. looking like a great starting piece for the Grizzlies rebuild.
And Chris, he was the 3rd big man taken in the 2018 draft, but in time, Jaren Jackson could prove to be the best.
Oh, yeah, he definitely could. I mean, he has a high ceiling, but also a high floor. Why is that? He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be successful. With his defense and perimeter shooting, he can already impact winning in a complementary role.
And he knocks down the first one. Jokic drops them both. And the Grizzlies shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And that one drops for him. And it's 13 points for John Morant.
You could do that every time up the floor. Put Morant in the pick and roll and just let him go to work.
Murray, no good. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Brooks with no one around. Offline with his 3. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. And finished off by Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Passes it to Morant. Knocked away. Millsap with the steal. And Porter, here we go. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
The pass to Jackson. Kicks it to Morant. Pass to Winslow. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Just 5 on the clock. Morant with it. He's picked up by Millsap. From deep. And another miss by Memphis.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game, very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
And here's Morant. 13 points in the game. Pass to Valanciunas. They double him with Jokic. Valanciunas dishes to Brooks. Now here's Winslow. Defense is right there. Jackson against Millsap. Left side Jackson. Here's Winslow. And again, Memphis no good.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. Can they get it? That one falls. Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Picking, moving, looking for his spots. Morant slithering around the court with the ball on the string.
Millsap up top, guarded by Jackson. Millsap kicks to Porter. Here's Jokic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The Nuggets have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. The first one falls. Will Barton, he's checked in for Troy Daniels. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Clark comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Kyle Anderson in for Justice Winslow. He's off on the second. Memphis has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Brooks, the pass to Anderson. Pass to Morant. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And checking out the stats for Jokic.
Last season, he played outstanding. 9th in assists. And he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Millsap's against Jackson. There's the pass to Jokic. Barton trying to get open. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Paul Millsap.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Morant. Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Barton. Jackson misses. And it's the Nuggets ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
Here's Clark. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Murray, the pass to Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
Now Morant, 15 points in the game. Here's Brooks. Jackson trying to break free. Nice shot by Brooks. Brooks has got 4 this quarter.
good at taking what he sees. Give Brooks this in-between shot. Man, he's going to knock it down every time.
And finished off by Porter.
Now, he's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Morant with it. Passes it to Jackson. And stolen by Barton. And there's the pass to Millsap over Morant. Here's Jokic. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
But this is the attitude Anderson brings, a selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
Barton the bounce pass. Jokic inside. He's got 20. Misses the layup. Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
With a lengthy wingspan, that's what Anderson does. He's able to maneuver through defenders and put the ball in the basket.
And for the longest time, the Grizzlies looking for an answer at the small forward position. 2 summers ago, they signed Kyle Anderson away from San Antonio.
Yeah, Kevin, and he's a unique player. He's kind of a point forward type, very effective around the rim with his length.
That free throw good from Anderson. And Chris, in his 6th season out of UCLA, small forward Kyle Anderson.
Well, yeah, Kevin, in his first 3 years, improving his long-range distance, shooting to over 37%. Now, it's fallen back off the last couple of seasons, but he's a smart, savvy player, and he's at his best when he's hitting shots.
Grizzlies have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Nuggets have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Anderson against Porter. Baseline try. It's Clark with the rebound.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Outside for Jackson. Brooks against Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. Jackson trying to break free. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Over to the wing. Deep 2 from Murray. The Nuggets with another miss. Memphis has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Barton surveying the floor. Six to shoot. Shoots a fader. McGee. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A baseline J, and that one's good. Morant's got 17.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
To the paint, and the drought. The layup good by Porter.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Now here's Morant. Martin defending. Goes up to the stripe. And it's off the back rim. No good. Denver's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
And with Murray, you have an all-around scorer, someone who feels comfortable shooting from just about any spot on the court.
Here's Morant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on JaVale McGee.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Jones checked in for Memphis. He hits both from the stripe.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Murray against Jones. Pass to McGee. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jaren Jackson.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For Denver, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. That's good from McGee. Both free throws good from McGee. The Grizzlies have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Pass to Morant. The 17-footer. That one good for 2. Morant's got 10 points in just the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game. Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Denver. And Memphis also making a switch. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. Good on the second free throw.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
And finished off by Porter.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. That shot misses. Denver's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Brooks kicks to Morant. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Morant dishes to Brooks. That shot wide open. Brooks has got 6 points in the quarter.
You see the confidence rising? I mean, when Brooks is firing away like this, keep feeding him.
Passes to Porter. 34 seconds left to play here in the third. Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. The Grizzlies have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. So he gets them both.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Daniels passes to Barton. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Barton throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Here's Morant. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's Denver with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now at our assist of the game, brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Jones. Clark is out there with Justice Winslow. Then it's Gorgie Dang. And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target with his 3.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And he makes the first. Floor spacing, Chris, now so big in the NBA. And big men have the room to put up some unbelievable numbers.
Oh, man, look at Lopez out there in Bucks land. I mean, look what he's doing in Milwaukee, just shooting threes from deep. To save, you got to go to Embiid, Porzingis, and we already seen what the great Dirk Nowitzki has done through his career spacing the floor. Look, it adds time on to your career because you don't have to just go down there and bang and be one-dimensional in the paint. It makes your teammates better because now you're spacing the floor, which gives them room to drive. And if you're really working on your game, you can really make your teammates better because now you have more passing lanes because you're further away from the basket. So as any post player knows, it's a blessing to be surrounded by great shooters, and now big men, they got a little more room out there.
Free throw good from Daniels.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Outside, Jones. Now the pass to Winslow. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And Zhang kicks to Clark. And Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Pass to Gordon. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Softly drops in the floater. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Taken away. Here's Clark, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
He doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Clark. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Jones against Morris. Got a piece of it.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Here's Zhang. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Noah Vonleh.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Zhang drops them both. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Morris dishes to Daniels. Here's Craig. Zhang defending. Craig good. Now here's Jones. Kicks it to Jang. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. On the wing, Winslow. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jones. Trying to get open is Jang. Jones, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Craig, covered by Winslow. Pass to Daniels. Lets the 3 fly. And that one is off. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Gordon against Jones. Cloak loose. It's stolen by Jones. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The shot missing. Here's Craig. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That free throw, no good. And the Nuggets making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. And the Grizzlies also with a sub. Jackson's checked in. He hits the second from the line. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Jones against Morris. Knocked loose and stolen by Gordon. Morris against Jones. Out to the right wing. Back to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Hartenstein. Drills the three-pointer. Hartenstein's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Oh, he can be sneaky good from deep sometimes. I mean, when he gets clean looks, he's got the ability to do some damage out there.
Jones with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Jones in the post. He's against Gordon. Jones, no luck.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Gordon goes in, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Here's Clark. And it's Clark slamming it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Morris passes to Gordon. Over Jones, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Morris. 10 points for Aaron Gordon.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Jones kicks to Clark. Over Vonleh. Goes back up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Denver's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Morris, no good.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
And here's Jackson. Outside, Jones. Here's the teardrop. Shot from the top of the key. And another miss by Memphis. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Now that's how you lead your teammate into an easy scoring chance. I love that assist.
And it's blocked by Gordon. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Bol, he's checked in for Vonleh. The Grizzlies also making a change. D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for Tyus Jones. There's Jackson with the 3. The shot misses, and it's Denver the other way. Here's Gordon. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Melton feeling it out a bit. The pass to Jackson. Five to shoot. 13 feet away. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Craig passes to Morris. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And he banks in the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Melton. Denver grabs the miss. Here's Morris. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Melton. Anderson outside. Pass to Jang. Gordon against Jackson. That shot, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Morris passes to Gordon. Fade away. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Melton. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the way in.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, oh, that's all about feel.
Morris outside, passes it to Bol. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Denver.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball. Bol's understanding of when to look for his is next level.
Here's Melton. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Ball's knocked loose. And the rejection by Jang. And he's able to get it back. They get it back. Hartenstein. And at last, they get one to fall.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, and it's inexcusable, but all too common. Basketball one-on-one. When the shot goes up, put a body on someone.
Here's Melton. And Bull pulls it down. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Morris outside to the left side wing. Craig can't get it to go.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
Anderson passes to Melton. Dishes to Jackson. The pass to Chang. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nuggets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Michael Porter.
I mean, he had a plan for how to attack the D. He executed and never let up. Relentless offensive basketball.
First one falls for him. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Denver. And he can't hit the second. Memphis has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Jackson with the bounce pass. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jones. Misses and the dry spell continues.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, an awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Bull, that's good.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Jones, the pass to Jackson. And the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That's his first foul. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Pass to Morris. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Outside Jackson. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. It looked like the game was getting away from you. So how big is it that you were able to come back?
We got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. As simple as that. Just glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
I know you're going to keep working on it. Thanks again, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
parang nakawarm up pa.